financial accounting, accounts receivable, accounts payable, business transactions, down payment, so down payment made, refund accounts for tax clearing. So in this A and Z, I have changed the keys. This is 29 and 39. So if you special GL vendor, so this is for vendor, but 39 is again for credit. That is for special GL credit. So these should be the keys. I mean, usually these will be the keys for vendor down payment, but somebody has replaced it with this one. The one was, where's the 20? 09 special GL. So the replace, someone has put this one 09 and special GL. Right now when I do the down payment, we are getting this error. So I'll open one more screen. Dash 44. Dash 48. Yes, PDF. See, we're giving this error message. Customer is not defined. The reason is that if we go back to this posting keys 09 and 19, these are called up for the customers. For example, if it's 09 special GL debit and this is for customers. So C is for customer, and if I go further down, 19, again this is special GL customer credit. This is C for credit and C is for customer. So now what I did is I've replaced with a different posting key, that is the vendor posting key. So if I go down here, so special GL debit vendor is 29. So I'm selecting that 29 posting key. And for credit also I'm selecting that from the drop down the relevant posting key. So just give me a minute. 29 and 39. Special GL credit vendor. This is for C is for credit and V is for vendor. So I'm selecting this one and I will click on save. And now again I will go back. I will go back again to this vendor down payment screen. F-48. I'll just give date 19/11/2021. I give my vendor ID, the special GL indicator which I've created A. I'm giving that from the money should go from my cash account. So I've given this GL account cash in hand, and I'm making an advance payment of 10,000 rupees. Now see when I press enter, it's moving forward, but it's not giving an error message. So this was the error. That because of this error, system was calling up the posting keys of customers, and hence it was expecting customers. So 29 initially was 19 and 09. Those posting keys were related to customers, and that's the reason we were not able to post the down payment. And after that correction, now system is allowing us to move forward. So it's not giving that message. So what we'll do is that we'll just go through the path. We'll see one more time the configuration, and then we'll come back and do the postings. So the configuration path is Same SPRO, IMG, financial accounting, accounts receivable, accounts payable. Under that, business transactions. Come to down payment and define alternate reconciliation for down payment. So this is the only configuration we do with respect to down payments. So we have selected A. A has give your chart of accounts 3001. Here we link up your normal reconciliation account with the special reconciliation account. That is, we want to differentiate the regular business transactions with the advances. So therefore, we are creating a special GL indicator and telling that whenever we post any special GLs like indicators, system should not pick up this recon account, but it should pick up and post to this 100,110 GL account. So that is the scenario. So what we'll do now is that we'll try to post a vendor down payment and we will see which GL account is getting picked up. So, and to post the down payment, the path is SPRO, accounting, financial accounting, accounts payable, document entry, down payment, F-48. So give today's date. You can give any date. Give the vendor to whom you want to make the down payment. So I'm selecting the first vendor 4200401. I've created the special GL indicator A. So here, from which bank account the money has to go. So I'm telling cash account and I'm giving advance of 10,000. So this is the scenario. Press enter. Give the amount as 10,000. Click on document overview and click on save. The document has been posted. Click on display. We will try to understand. So 50 is credit, so cash is going out, and vendor is indicator is coming. So cash is going out, and who is receiving? Vendor is receiving the down payment. So this is the 10,000. This is the 10,000. Now what we'll do? I will just go back to FBL 1N. Where 1N is the transaction code to see all the open items of a vendor. So the vendor ID is 4200401. So I will come here, click on 4200401. Press enter. I'm just selecting the open items on only the normal items. I will click on execute. So it only shows the normal invoice, that is the KRs and the any open item payment. But it doesn't show this document number. You can see 6007 is the document number with which we have posted the down payment. But when I see the document number here, I don't see this document number. So it means that it has not posted to this recon account. That is this recon it has not posted. If I double where is the configuration? So it has not posted to 250, it has posted to 100,110. The reason is, you can see here it doesn't show when I just put the normal items and if I click on execute, it doesn't show that document number. Well, I will go back one more step and remove this checkbox and select the special jet transactions and I will click on execute. Now you can see the document which I posted that is appearing. If you double click on it, you can see the GL account.
Previously, what happened, sir? Because we didn't checkbox that special GL account, it was not reflected.
Right? Yes. Okay. So I wanted to show you how you can differentiate this the normal GL and the special GL. So what I did is that I've removed this. I've just unchecked this normal GL and I just put this. When you select only a special GL, that is only the down payment ones, only those transactions would come and not the regular ones. So that's the reason when I clicked on this, you're able to see only the down payment which I've done and not the normal business transaction. So double click on this. You can see the GL account is getting called as 100,110 and what we have maintained in our configuration 100,110. So whenever we are posting any down payments with special GL indicator at the time of document posting, the system will not hit your normal recon account, special GL recon account, that is 100,110. So we have created one GL account called as 100,110 advanced to advance to vendors, and that GL account is getting picked up. When I click on here, you can see this GL account 100,110, and this is again and down here also you can see the down payment made, the special posting indicator A. But if I go back and see my normal transactions, if for example if I go back and see again my normal business transactions, I will uncheck this one. If I click the KR is for invoice, you can see this it is hidden as nothing but your normal recon account. So so this is the differentiation. So for special GLs, it will hit based on what are the GL that you have mapped it. If you don't specify the special GL indicators, it will hit the normal recon account. So here in this case, we didn't specify any special GL, that is advances. Therefore, while posting the invoice, it has picked up 200, 500. So this is how you have to understand it, and you can select. I mean, so whenever you get a query on special GL, either you select this one, the down payment as a made, or you can select both, and you can click on execute. So it will show you both the vendor, both the regular as well as the special down payments which are made. And how we can differentiate is that you can see this indicator A. So if you just increase the length, so it will show you this is all special GL transactions. This is, so you can see special GL indicator. So for any line, if you find any A or any other indicator, it means that those line items are special GL indicator line items. That is, some down payment has made and business transactions. So either if you are comfortable with only if you want to see, you can click on the special GL indicator, but or else you can select both, click on execute, and then based on this indicator, that is special GL indicator is there, right? So wherever you find any special, if it is blank, it means a regular business transaction. But if you find any line with with any character, it means that it's a special GL indicator transaction. So with that, you can understand it. So now what we did, we just posted a, okay, let us take an example also. Let us take an Excel sheet. Excel. So what we have done now is that we have done a down payment. You can call down payment or advance to vendors. The entry was vendor account debit to cash. Cash has gone out and vendor has received it, so we are debiting and crediting it. And here the amount was 10,000. Now now what would happen? We have given the advance. Now what the vendor would do? We will supply the materials. So the next step is submission of invoice. So we got the materials. Since it is an FI invoice, we cannot show. So we cannot show the material posting. We'll see that at the time of FI integration. Now we'll see if the vendor has submitted the invoice for this 10,000. So now we'll see how we can post that entry. So I will come back to my F-43, F-40, MP60, MP60 the screen to post the invoices. So what I'll do, I'll just enter the vendor ID again. I'll give the invoice date as 21/1, 22, 21/11, 21/11, 2021. Indicator, posting date. I'll give today's date as posting date and enter the amount as 10,000.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
What about taxes, sir? Can we click on the calculate tax also, right, sir?
Yeah, it will calculate taxes also.
So we did check the box.
Okay, we'll do that. Okay. So we'll do that now. Just give me a minute. So if just remember that whenever you try to post any invoices, and if any down payment exists, you will always get this message saying that there's already a down payment from this customer. Coming because you have posted that entry. Okay, we'll do that also. So let me do that here. Okay, I will redo it again. Slash NB60 4200 invoice date of 11 test 10 I'll give, you want to see the taxes, right? Just give me 10,000 tax cost center calculate tax. This one now. Somebody changed it. Give me a minute. Somebody has changed it. SPRO. SPRO. Financial accounting. Global settings. Tax and sales. Basic settings. Somebody has, somebody's practicing and they have created a new tax procedure. So, yeah, therefore I just change it. Yeah, so just give me a minute. Therefore, I try to post without taxes so that it will not disturb it. Let us see. Me too. Concentrate. Simulate. You can see it has calculating input tax of 1,000 also. So just click on post. We'll see the document also. So it has nothing to do with your down with. I mean, it will not do any changes to your tax settings based on your down payment. So now what happened? We have got the invoice for 11,000, and data system has also calculated a tax of 10%. I mean, on 10,000, 1% comes as 10% comes as 1,000. So what would happen now? We'll just again see now the FBL1 and balance. I'll go to my vendor and I click on execute. So you can see again, just remember this, we have posted, this was my down payment, 10,000, and this is my invoice number. Recently we posted what was the document? Slash NB0 24. So we'll see this two scenarios. So we did this. We have initially posted down payment to the vendor. Now we have submitted the invoice. The entry was debit the expense. So Big printing and stationery. To vendor account. It also has taxes, so I'll just 10,000. 10,000. Tax 1,000. So this is the entry that got posted at the time of invoicing. So now what we'll do is that we will transfer the advance amount now from the special GL indicator to the normal recon account so that we can knock off this invoice. So what we'll do is now that from the special GL indicator, that is what are the values see here. I will remove the normal items. So I have to transfer this amount from special GL to normal GL so that I can adjust this 10,000 against that invoice. So I want to have the down payment we have done. I want to adjust this amount against this open invoice. So how we'll do that? There's another transaction code given by SAP, and using that will tell to system that you adjust this advance whatever I've reserved against this invoice. So we'll see that scenario now. I'll open one more screen. Go to accounting, financial accounting, accounts payable, document entry, same down payment, F-50 for clearing. So here what we do, we transfer that special GL to the normal GL account. So we'll do it now. So give the today's date 22/11/2021. Give the vendor account. So I'm telling 420. So against this vendor we have the down payment, and here so you can see this by default this 24 is coming. So this 24 is nothing but our invoice which we just posted now. If I click on here, this 24 is there, right? This 24 which just posted it. By default this would come. So you can give a different invoice number also and you can adjust it. So we'll try what we'll do. We'll try to adjust the down payment against this invoice number. So click on process down payments. You can see we have 10,000 down payment. So what you can do, if you go towards your right, transfer posting. So you can transfer the whole amount to this invoice, a balance amount. So it's left to you. So you will first in scenario, will transfer the whole amount. Double click on it. So the whole amount will get transferred from your special GL indicator to your normal GL indicator. So click on document simulate. You can see the entry would be same vendor account debit and vendor account credit, but you have to understand that this is also coming to picture, this special GL indicator. So initially, what we are doing initially when we did the posting, the special GL was debited. Now we are crediting it. You can see there's reverse of down payment. So 39A is credit, and what we are debiting, we are again debiting the vendor account. See, so vendor account is getting debited and vendor account gets credited, but remember that this is a special GL also. So when we posted it, we hit the special GL. Now we are reversing it. So this is how the entry would be. I'll say down payment transfer. Click on simulate and post.
Sir, once you finish posting, just explain me this once again, sir, with your Excel.
Yeah, okay. Do it one more time. So this was the first step was when we did the down payment.
Correct.
So this was the entry, right? Vendor account debits. It didn't hit your special. It didn't hit your normal recon account. It hit your 3 series GL account. So vendor account debit to cash account. So that was the entry that got generated. Second step was he submitted the invoice. So at the time of invoice, it would be regular entry. That is, we will debit our expenses. If we had taxes, taxes would get computed and will be crediting the vendor. So here in this case, it will hit your normal recon account. It will not hit your special GL account. So in the third step, what we did, we are transferring the advances what was there in the special GL to normal GL account. So here it was debited here. It was debited here. So what I'm doing here in this entry, vendor account debit, vendor account debit. This is normal to vendor account credit. This is a special GL. Special GL. So this account what we are debited, we are crediting it here. So this is the entry that gets generated. That is, we are transferring the advance amount what was there, what was lying. I will just go back to my configuration. So what we're doing in the third step, what were the advance that was lying in this 100,110? We are transferring that amount from 100,110 to 200,500. So now this is the entry that got generated. So it was debited here. So now we are crediting here. So this account is getting nullified. With this entry, there will be zero balance in your advance account, and the amount will get transferred to your normal recon account. So this is
Entry, sir. Then second entry is what when we submit the invoice.
yes.
So
This is
the first and third entry is just to knock off.
yes, to knock off, because initially you gave your advance. Now you're telling against which invoice you want to knock off this advance. So you gave, say, for example, you got an order, so you gave advance to that vendor. So he has delivered that goods, right? So now you have to knock off that advance also, right? It cannot stay in his account.
Yes.
So you have to knock it off against any of the invoices. So in order to knock off the
Right.
invoice, this is the entry we will get transferred. So what we're telling, transfer that. So when I posted that, I've specified the invoice also. So I'm telling to system that you knock off this advance against that specific invoice. So now the entry would be vendor account would debited. That is normal account will get debited, and since we debited here, we are crediting this special GL indicator. So
Yes, sir. So
this is
second one, we after the invoice is paid, we knock off the
yes.
nullify the amount.
Our FBL money looks like. So I'll just go back again. We'll just check for special GM whether anything is there. Then we'll check our normal items. You see, there's nothing in the special GM because initially we had that what you call the down payment, and then we have knocked it off. So therefore, nothing is coming when I try to execute my report. Uh, yeah. You can see no item selected. So when the reason is that whatever the down payment I had, I've already adjusted against my invoices. So therefore, nothing is coming. So we'll now select this normal items and I'll click on execute. So you can see uh, we try to adjust it against invoice number 24. And we'll see this same. So this is the down payment amount that we have adjusted it 25. If I click on this and if I see this entry, the same entry, vendor account debit and vendor account credit. If I double click on it, you can see this special GL is getting debited. And if I click on the second line, it's showing the normal account. And also I'm specifying against which document you have to knock it off. Since there's a difference of 10,000 because it has just knocked it off 10,000 rupees against this 24 document number. For document number 24, we still have to make a payment of 1000 because 11,000 initially in the invoice was 11,000. We have knocked it off only knocked it off against the down payment with 10,000. So there's a balance of another 1,000. So what we'll do is put of 1,000, and then we will see how we can knock it off 24, 25, and the new document number. You can see you're able to understand, right? 24 was my invoice for 11,000. I have set only 10,000 because only have 10,000 as the advance, so it has just knocked it. So therefore, 11,000, 10,000 both are shown as open. So what I will do is I will post one more entry for 1,000, and then we will see how we can clear it off. So initially I wanted to show without taxes, but you have asked me to show with taxes. So that's the reason we are getting a difference of 1,000. So what I will do is now I'll make another payment of 1,000, and then we will knock it off these three entries. That is this 24, 25, and one more the new document which I posted. Let me try to put on Excel. See, we gave a down payment. We made a down payment of 10,000, but we got an invoice for 11,000. So I have to make one more payment of 1,000 so that we can knock off these three entries. So let me first post an entry for 1,000, and then we will see how we can clear the open items. If it is for 10,000 for the whole amount, this would have been cleared automatically. So since there's a balance of 1,000, so it is showing both as open. So what I will do, I'll just go back to the screen. I'll make one more payment of F-53. I will not. I want to show you clearing also. So what I will do, I will post it with KZ. Thousand. Cash in hand. So I have to make a balance payment of 1,000. So I'm doing it through F-02. Just post it. I posted that document also. Let me 6,000 is the document number. So when that is getting debited, cash in hand account is getting credited. So we'll see the balance now. I'll just do a refresh. You can see it's still showing an open item. I mean, so what I have to do is now, if I open this invoice, so 11,000 was my invoice. I did a down payment of 10,000 and I adjusted it, and now I also made a payment of 1,000. So with this, the system, the invoice, we should be able to get clear. That is 10,000 plus 1, 11,000. I have to knock it off against this 11,000. So how does the business does the clearing is? In this case, they will go to another transaction called as F-44. This is again end user part, but we have to understand how they do the clearing also. also. Now we did the invoice was 11,000. We did a down payment of 10,000, and again we made a payment of 1,000. So now we want to clear these items. I don't want to see it as a open item. So what I will do, I will come here. This is the vendor clearing. This is F-44 is used for clearing the vendor open items. So what we will do here, I will give the vendor ID 424200401. Click on this document number. So I want to knock it off these three document numbers, that is 24, 24, 25, and 6008. 6008. Click process open items. Now we'll see. You can see the amount not assigned amount is 0. That is 1,000. We initially had the down payment of 10,000, and we are now making a balance payment of 1,000. So now we want to do the clearing. So now you can see the whole amount has been cleared. That is 11,000 minus 10,000 plus 1,000 debit. So 11,000 positive and 11,000 negative. Just click on document overview and click on save. Change it. It's asking. The moment I now refresh it, it will move from open to cleared. See that 3 items have been gone. If I go back to here, items, you'll find that values. That is 24, 25, and what was the other 2016? This 6008. So this is how the business does the clearing. Initially, this is the process. That is, we initially pros the down payment. That is using F-48. Then we get the invoice from the customer. We do the normal postings. Then we transfer the balance, that is from a special GL to normal GL using F-44. I will just check the transaction, and then we do the clearing. So this is the whole process for down payment. So from a configuration point of view, we only responsible for that down payment mapping, that is OBXR settings. But this is the whole, this is the usual business process that the normal business process follows. That is, we initially make the down payment. It hits a special GL transaction, special GL account. Then we get the invoice value from special GL to normal GL. And fourth step is that we knock it off we just do the clearing. If the whole amount is there, it gets automatically cleared. But if some additional amount we have to pay, in this case, we have to make additional amount of 1,000. So in that case, we posted another entry, and then we cleared that the open invoice. So this is the process that we have to follow, that business usually follows when doing the clearing. Any questions on this one?
Sir, when we are posting vendor invoice,
Yeah.
we also get payment terms discount, sir, sometimes.
Yes.
So we need to check that box, or it will automatically capture?
No, it will automatically do. You don't have to pay based on your payment terms. System will determine whether discount has to be computed or not. It will do automatically. You don't have to do any. You don't have to check anything.
So it won't show in any line item.
For which one you're saying?
For discount, if within 12 days in our scenario.
Yeah.
So
in that case, what system does it? It will compute the discount. See, we are doing it manually. But in most of the cases, we don't do manual payments. We always do using automatic payment run. So that topic is not covered. So before, So in that automatic payment run, we'll do it this week only. Automatic. We also have this APP or automatic payment run. Payment. When we do the settings and when we do F110, system will automatically determine who will pay only the balance. Since
Okay,
I'm
sir.
doing
Okay.
it manually, I'm just doing the computation. But if you do this automatic payment run, we'll also this will pick up that scenario when we do the automatic payment run with discount, so you will understand better.
Okay.
Since we are doing the manual payment, I'm just putting the amount manually because system would compute discount, but just to show that I'm just putting the amount manually. But when you do this automatic payment and settings, the system would automatically compute the discount part. You don't have to the business whether this discount is getting computed or not. It all depends on payment terms. If we are paying within that terms and if we are eligible to do a discount, the system will automatically deduct that discount part and only the balance amount will pay it.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So, but in most of the cases, since we are new, we are learning how the manual payment process happens. So to show that I've done this, but in usual cases, we always pay through automatic payment run because there will be thousands of payments. We cannot do it manually. I mean, on a daily basis, there will be thousands and more than thousands of payments will be done. So we
Yes, sir.
don't no business will do it manually. Just to understand how we can do it manually, also we want to understand. Manually, they do it in case of urgent payments. That is where they have to pay any vendors. I mean, government vendors. They will cut that check and they will send it to that government people. So in that case only, we will not use APP. In very rare scenario, we use manual payment, but it's better that we understand the process also. I mean, if some issues comes on the manual payment or if they're doing clearing, how that actually happens, we can understand in better way. But in
Okay.
most of the cases, we don't use we will see also this down payment when we do FBZP, that is automatic payment run. That is how we can make
Yes.
how we can do down payment also through APP. We have seen this using F dash, that's manual. We will also see this scenario when using automatic payment run.
Okay, sir.
Any questions on this process? Are you able to understand this down payment process? Because we usually also get issues on down payment. Either they will ask us to create a new indicator, or they will ask us to map a GL account, or if they might also have issues, they might get errors during the clearing part. So, any questions on this one before we move to a new topic? We'll see the same thing in also in customers. So this is down payment to vendors. In that cases, customer will make us a down payment, and then when we post the invoices, we'll try to settle against that invoices. So it's just opposite of that. Whatever we did, we'll do the opposite. So we'll see also the setting there. If no one has a questions, we'll not start the configuration for withholding taxes. We'll try to understand what is withholding taxes, and then tomorrow we'll pick up that topic withholding taxes and we'll start the configuration. Any questions by anyone before we move to a new topic? Just try to understand the entries, how that entries gets posted, because in interviews they will ask you, can you tell me what would the entry at the time of payment postings? So you should say that vendor account debit, but you should say that it would be special GL indicator and the vendor account credit. So that is how the entries get posted. So usually they will ask you accounting entries right from the whole cycle, right from the invoicing, right from the down payment till how do you adjust that down payment. So if you can explain those entries, that would help. That first you'll be able to understand better, and you'll be able to explain the interviewer also. So we'll pick up a new topic withholding tax on sales. So you understood what is tax on sales. So it's just similar to that. So tax on sales is nothing but whenever you buy or sell something, we have to pay taxes. That is called as tax on sales. So similarly, we also have called as withholding taxes. Withholding taxes. So withholding taxes comes into the picture where where the government tells that if you for only for certain types of services, that is, it's not for all, for certain types of services, we have to deduct the withholding tax. In Indian law, if you are making a payment of more than 20,000, I mean more than 1,20,000 in a year, you have to deduct the withholding tax, and you have to and that amount you have to pay to the government. For example, rent is there. If the total rent in a year exceeds 1,20,000, you have to deduct withholding tax at the rate of, that's a 10%. So every withholding tax, and then this 10%. So on 1,20,000, okay. So we'll take an example. Just put an example, rent. So we make a payment of around 20,000 per month for our building, and as per law, it says that 1,20,000 is the limit. If you make more than 1,20,000 rupees, any payment, then you have to deduct the withholding taxes. So they are given list of services like a rent, brokerage, commission. So there are a few kind of services. That, then you have to deduct the withholding taxes. So it's not for it's similar to taxes, but in case of taxes, every customer and vendor has to pay. But in case of withholding taxes, we will be deducting it, and we will be deducting the withholding tax portion, and we'll be remitting. I mean, we are responsible for remitting that taxes on behalf of our vendor. For example, in this case, if the amount is 20, if the rent is 20,000, what I will do is that I will compute the withholding tax at the rate of 10%. So that is 2,000. And on the month end, I will remit this 2,000 of 19,800 to the vendor. So he will not receive the whole amount. Whatever the amount is deducted on withholding taxes, will deduct that part, and only the balance amount is gets paid. Sorry, it will be 20,200. So the rent is 20,000, but we will be deducting withholding tax of 200 rupees. Just an example, and we'll make only vendor payment of 19,800. And then the year end, we will give him a certificate saying that every month we have deducted this much amount of TDS on this details, returns with your income tax, and claim refund if you are eligible. So this is how the withholding tax function works. That is, there are certain types of services where the government specifies how much withholding tax you have to deduct, and and also the services. For example, rent. I remember only few. One is rent. Second is commission, brokerage. So if you understand for one, and you can apply the same logic for others also. So this is the scenario that will be covering it here. That is, on behalf of the vendor, we will deduct the withholding tax, and only the balance amount will be paid to the vendor. We will not be making the whole full payment to the vendor. We will deduct the withholding tax. That the withholding tax portion will be paying to the income tax authorities on month end, and the balance amount will be paying to the vendors. So this portion is called as withholding tax. What are the settings that you have to do in order to deduct this withholding tax and to remit this value to the government? So we'll see this. We'll see the whole thing from tomorrow in tomorrow's class. Just remember, they will also ask you what is the difference between taxes and between tax on sales and withholding taxes. So you can say that taxes on sales and purchase by is prepaid by each and every customer and vendor. But when it comes to withholding taxes, this government specifies only few services like rent, commission, brokerage, or advertisement. Only on these withholding tax is applicable, and also if will then when the vendor will not be paid for the whole amount, we will deduct that portion of the withholding tax, and only the balance portion is paid to the vendor. And on year end, we will submit this withholding tax certificate. We call this a withholding tax certificate, where we specify what are the amounts that you have deducted on behalf of this vendor, so that he can also put the same thing while claiming with an He can also claim. He can also show that that this much amount that has been deducted by the inspector, and if possible, he will claim the refund or he will submit his returns. So this is how similarly like the income tax. I mean, say for us, salaries is there, right? So our company also deduct the withholding will deduct the TDS portion, and only the balance gets paid. And the month end and the year end, they give us the form 16, and based on the form 16 we submit to the income tax return. So similar here also, we'll be giving them we'll deduct the withholding tax, and at the year end we'll give them the withholding tax certificate, and that with to the income tax authorities. So just similar to that. So we'll see the settings which what we have to do to compute the withholding tax portion and remitting that portion to the government. So that is all about withholding taxes. Any questions till whatever we covered today before we wind it up?
No, sir.
Um, you it's just okay. So someone had a doubt on one of their tax on sales procedure. If you have time, we can see that. So let me let me go back to let me first reset your configuration. Then we'll see it. Um, Financial accounting, global settings, tax on sales, basic settings. So what was your procedure?
Yeah, SIC, sir. SIC. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Uh, you're trying to post through AB60 only. Just click on this company code so that you can change it. Your company code is
SIC only, sir.
SIC only. Which one should I pick up?
Sir, anyone, sir?
Anything, sir. Which GL you want to use?
Professional salary, sir. Salaries
This
for professional. So it is
salary.
production.
This only, right?
No, no, sir. Last one, 4 lakhs.
Okay, 1 minute.
The last one, yeah.
Last.
Professional salaries.
Okay, this one of full. Okay. Access.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Which okay. This is
Good. Yes, sir.
transaction key MWS. Transaction key MWS. This is the error. This is the error, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Also, SPI. SPI, IMG. Financial accounting. Global setting. Tax and sales. Translation. Okay. So output clear, 4050 is there. Rules. Yeah, chart of accounts is also SIC, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So click on this. $235. Define it also. Press double zero. Setting is there. Managing output tax account. Correct only. Calculation is fine. What are There's table also. We'll see at the table level.
Okay, sir.
Slash
SC60.
3030. Okay. Transaction chart of accounts SIC. Here you can see this entry is already there, so it should not throw that error. You can see for SIC, SIC is there. The transaction key is MWS, MWS is also there. You have maintained the tax code also, you have linked the GL also. But system is not reading this one. This line is not getting read. It's not getting read. But for this VS, okay, we'll do one thing. Give me a minute. SIC, select. Forty, 50. SIC. Accounts के नहीं आ रहा है. SIC. What is your V2, right?
Sir?
What is the tax code? V2, huh?
S1, sir, S1.
S1.
S1 and 2.
S1, huh? Okay.
S1.
No, S1. No, you should not give S1 here, right? This is output taxes. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. 235. 235. 2100. S1. Error message. Error now. Okay.
Okay.
It's getting posted. What is happening is system is not reading this value. That's it. There's no issue in the
Yes,
configuration.
sir.
There is no issue in the configuration. This line
Okay,
system
sir.
is not able to read it. What I did is instead of MWS, I've created one more and I
Yes,
read
sir.
it. But apart from that, now you are able to post it. You can see
Sir, what is the table name, sir? 16
T03 T0
30303.
T030K
Zero.
T030K.
Okay.
You should not.
3030.
Yeah, I'll just put it here.
Able to see, sir.
This is the table. Now you should be able to post it.
Sir, able to see the screen, sir.
Yeah. Can you unmute and start?
One is on, not on mute, sir. Out of this.
Some. Okay. So Deepak, this is your query. I mean, now you're able to. Now you should be able to post it.
Okay,
So
sir.
so so it's not. I mean, it's just a bug in the system. So therefore, I
Okay, sir.
just created one more line, one more account key, and I just assigned it. But otherwise, in production will not get this error. So just to
Okay,
fix, I've done it. You can easily be able to post it now. So from tomorrow we start this withholding taxes. So we're done with advances to vendors. We'll redo the same thing in customers also. But for now, withholding tax. I mean, tomorrow we'll pick up the new topic and we'll see what settings we have to do in order to compute the withholding portion part. So we'll meet tomorrow at the same time and then we'll do the settings.
okay,
So
sir.
yeah, thank you all.
Okay, sir.
We'll disconnect and we'll continue tomorrow. Yeah, thank you all. Bye.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye bye.